Hi, I'm Michelle from Storm & Rose and welcome to this short video tutorial on how to make a beautiful seasonal wreath. In your wreath kits you will have the following things. You've got this willow hoop, some brown twine, and then you've got all your foliage. The first thing that you need to do is sort your foliage out to see what you have. You should have some lovely spruce, some pine here, some different types of eucalyptus, and then some flowers or berries. Once you've sorted out everything to see what you have, then you need to snip your foliage up. So you're looking to create a selection of bundles, so you need to start cutting up your spruce down the main branch, and you're wanting to make bundles with this spruce. So you're looking for similar size fronds. So that's probably all you can get on that one. Put those in my little spruce pile. And then you've got this lovely berried eucalyptus. And just snip into a little pile. We use this type of eucalyptus because it doesn't dry as quickly as all the others, and I love this beautiful little berry. And then we've also got some eucalyptus gunny. It's nice for giving some different shapes. What else have we got? This pine. Really love this. This does have a little bit of resin, so you might feel this on your hands. Bear that in mind wherever you're hanging your wreath. What else have we got here? In my kit I've got some wax flowers. These last really well and give that lovely red seasonal colour. It might be different in your kit. You might have some berries, flowers. Everyone is different. So you can see that I'm starting to make my little piles, and they're all quite similar sizes. And if you do all this preparation, then it'll make it really easy for you to see what you have. Got some ivy here. Again, beautiful little berries. Oh, I love the smell when we're cutting everything up. It's so Christmassy. What else have we got? A little bit of pittosporum, nice little bit of variegated leaf to give it, again, just something different. Some bay here. And I think we're ready to go. So here's your hoop. As you can see, it's made from willow, and it's just local willow, so super sustainable. With the hoop, it will last and last and last. So once you have finished with your Christmas wreath, keep it somewhere safe, and then you can just reuse it for a spring wreath, an autumn wreath, Christmas wreath again, or alternatively you can just chuck the whole thing in the compost heap and everything will compost, because we're using twine instead of wire. So we use twine just because it's really accessible and not everyone has floristry wire. Once you've learnt the technique, you can do this at home. First things first, you just need to tie on your twine. Just a double knot, really simple. Pull it tight and then use your bobbin. Just wind the bobbin, as they say, round a couple of times onto your hoop. I'm going to refer to this as a binding throughout the video, so just make sure that you keep your binding really tight. Top tip when making your wreath, make sure your bobbin's really, really tight. Try and use your left hand to hold your foliage and the right hand to pull it tight. Keep pulling it up, lifting it up to make sure your binding's nice and tight, because you don't want to get to the end of your wreath and realise that you've got everything a little bit slack. So then this is the fun bit, to create your own wreath. So the spruce I like to call a dinner plate. So it's really the plate that holds the ingredients. So every bundle that you make, you need to have a dinner plate. And then you just need to pick your foliage, try and look at different textures and sizes to make sure that your wreath's going to look really interesting. So you're looking to make a little fan shape. So the thing about making a fan shape is that it will build a curve on your inside and your outside of your wreath. So probably about 6-7 inches is a good size for your little bundles, and then we're ready to start. So here's your little fan, and then you're ready to go. Your first bundle goes straight on your hoop using your left finger, and then your right hand with your bobbin, wind it round, pull, pull, pull. There you go. Pull it really, really tight and make sure it's secure. And there we go, there's your first bundle. So I'm going for my next one, using my dinner plate, nice bit of pine, and then I'm going to add in a nice berry. Again, I'm going for that fan shape. So I'm going to place this next one on at 11 o'clock. So that's going to make a nice curve here. Let's see, it's 11 o'clock, and then we're winding round. I always like to go clockwise when I'm making a wreath, because then it's really easy to cover up your binding. So every time you place a new bundle, you need to make sure you're covering your bindings. And look at your shape on your outside and your inside. For the next one, I'm going to add in wax flower, and then I'm going to put that straight on the wreath. Pull really tight. I'm going to continue this pattern right the way around the wreath now. So I'm going to lay one on straight on the willow hoop, and then one on 11 o'clock. So, and then you can see the lovely curves starting to come. So a top tip is just to keep lifting your wreath up to look at the shape. So sometimes when you're working on the table that you don't see if you've got a good curve or not, and then sometimes you might have gaps at the end. So I like to keep checking that the curve is working on the outside and the inside. And it also means that you keep checking that you've got your bindings tight. So I'm going to go right to the end, and then I'm going to show you how to finish it off. So I've nearly come to the end. You're probably going to think now that you only need one more bundle, but you actually need two. So make sure that you continue with this curve the whole way through, because if you just put one in now, you're going to have more of a square shape. So I'm going to put my last two in now. So if you've got anything left at the end, you can always just poke it in, because we obviously don't want to leave anything. So there we go. I'm going at 11 o'clock. And then this last one, so that you don't see your bindings, you need to tuck it under your first bundle. So I'm just going to put this last one under my first one, and then you're not going to see the binding. So I'm just going to push it under the first one, wind it on. Ooh. And that's it. So pull that one last tight and then just gently turn your wreath over, cut your string, and then you can tie your starting string to your ending string. A couple of knots really tight, and there you go. So we're just going to now look to check our shape, to check there's no gaps, and then just to put the finishing touches. So you need to find where your top and your bottom is. It's not necessarily where you started. So here we go. I'm looking at the camera the wrong way. I think that's my top. And I'm just going to now just check I'm happy with everything. And then if you've got anything left, you can just poke that in just to add the last bits. So it's quite robust, the wreath, even though we've made it with string. So if you're not happy with any of the shape, just give it a good old tug and you can write anything. In terms of looking after your wreath, once you put it outside, the dew in the air will keep it really fresh. But if there is a period of dryness this winter, just give it a spritz with a mister, and it'll keep it really nice and fresh. If anything does die back a little bit and you're not happy with how it looks, you can literally just pull it out and poke something new in. So you can see it's quite, so I'm just going to get quite a bit of binding showing there, so I want to make sure, cover that. See, it's quite easy to poke things in, see if you have got any binding showing. We're nearly at the end of creating your beautiful seasonal wreath. You've checked for gaps, you've decided where the top and the bottom is, so the last couple of things to do, if you so want to, is put on your dried fruit or your cones that have come in your kits. So unfortunately we have to use wires for these, there's no other way around it. So I'm going to just show you how to wire the cone. So you literally just stick the wire in and weave it in round the cone's bum. Excuse the state of my fingernails, that's what happens when you make lots of wreaths in a day. And there, and then this will just poke into your wreath. Push it down, check it's there. And then with your dried fruit, if you're going to use that, I generally like to use them in threes, because otherwise they get a little bit lost. Same principle. You're going to push your wire through both sides. Wind them round. Oops. And then just poke it into your wreath. Make sure you've gone all the way to the back. There we go. So you can put those all the way around or make a big feature of them, whatever you really like. And then the last bit to show you is just how to make a hanger. Super simple. You can use a ribbon if you've got something available, or just use the rest of your string. And then you're just going to thread it behind one of your bundles. Make sure you hide it as much as possible. Pull it tight. Make a little knot. And voila! And there is your finished wreath. I hope you found it really enjoyable and lots of fun, whether you've done it on your own or with a group of friends, and that you really enjoy coming home to your beautiful wreath every day. Thanks for buying the kit, and look forward to seeing your pictures on social media. Thanks a lot. Bye.